Welcome to the Sonic Collective, a music podcast that explores a different album or musical concept each month, diving deep into its history, context, and impact on the music industry. Join our hosts, Alan, Scott, and Darren Scott, that's way too many Scotts, as they share their thoughts, insights, and personal connections to the music, inviting you, the listener, to discover new perspectives and appreciation for some of the greatest albums and music of all time. Heidi ho, friends. This is Darren Scott coming at you from the Sonic Collective. We've got another great, fun podcast coming up for you, and it is my privilege to start off another fun round. So a lot of times we just pick albums that we think are influential. We re-listen to them as a group and go back and see if they stood the test of time, are worth going back and listening to, and just how influential they were. But for this round, we have decided on a great idea from Scott Coates to pick two albums. We are going to pick an album that was influenced by another album. So it's kind of what we talk about a lot here, but we're actually going to pick two particular albums, and I get to start it off. So maybe it's best if I just tell you what I picked and then explain it, and then you'll understand what's coming in the following rounds. But okay, so I believe that the Bad Brains, the Washington, D.C. area punk band from the early 80s, their album Rock for Light was very influential on Dave Grohl from Nirvana and the Foo Fighters fame. So I'm going to pick the Foo Fighters' self-titled first album that Dave Grohl produced after his, Nirvana and Kurt Cobain's unfortunate death. But I really think those two albums are connected, and here's why. Really, the Foo Fighters' self-titled album, released in 1995, bears noticeable influences from Bad Brains' Rock for Light, a seminal hardcore punk album released in 1983. Dave Grohl, obviously the driving force behind the Foo Fighters and the former drummer of Nirvana, he's often cited Bad Brains as one of his major musical inspirations. The raw energy, regressive sound, and punk ethos of Bad Brains significantly shaped Grohl's approach to the Foo Fighters' early music. The Bad Brains' Rock for Light is characterized by its intense speed, ferocity, and a blend of punk rock with reggae influences. This was a band that was in, an angry, white-dominated genre, and they were an all-black band with reggae influences in this punk scene. So a really interesting story just to begin with. This genre blending and high-energy style resonated with Grohl, who sought to channel a similar intensity and authenticity in the Foo Fighters' debut. Tracks like This Is a Call, I'll Stick Around on the Foo Fighters album reflect the relentless pace and raw edge that Grohl admired in Bad Brains' music. The fast, driving guitar riffs and Grohl's powerful yet melodic vocal delivery echo the hardcore punk elements that define Rock for Light. Furthermore, Bad Brains' do-it-yourself ethic and their approach to music production also influenced the Foo Fighters' debut. Rock for Light was produced by Ric Ocasek of the Cars. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yet it retained a raw and unpolished feel, emphasizing the band's authentic sound. Similarly, Grohl recorded the Foo Fighters' first album almost entirely by himself, playing all the instruments and handling the production. This method allowed him to capture the spontaneous and unrefined spirit, reminiscent of Bad Brains' work, resulting in an album that felt both personal and explosively energetic. In essence, the influence of Bad Brains' Rock for Light on the Foo Fighters' self-titled debut is evident in the album's energetic punk rock foundation, its raw and authentic production, and Grohl's commitment to a do-it-yourself ethos. These elements collectively highlight how Grohl paid homage to one of his key influences while carving out a distinct identity for the Foo Fighters in the mid-1990s rock scene. So, take a listen to Bad Brains first, enjoy that album, really get into it, and then go and listen to the Foo Fighters' first album. And just think of how Dave Grohl took that information and the friendship with the Bad Brains band and their style and just kind of took some of those elements for himself, learned from them, and then turned it into helping him become what would be the Foo Fighters. So I'm really interested in this. I know Scott Coates is a big Foo Fighters fan, and so am I. And here we are on year 10 of this podcast, and it's hilarious because I think we would both put these in our favorite bands. And if you listen to a couple of our past episodes when we pick out our favorite albums, we had the Foo Fighters in there. So it's funny that we've lasted almost 10 years and not picked a Foo Fighters album. So I'm super excited for this. So yeah, listen to Bad Brains, Rock for Light, listen to the Foo Fighters self-titled album, come back at the beginning of July, and we'll have a follow-up podcast episode about how we listened and how we could connect the two. And after that, all 3 remaining members will do the same. They're going to pick 2 more albums in the same genre. So we hope you enjoy this fun little trip. As always, find us on social media. Feel free to reach out through our website at thesonic.collective.com and find all of our shows on your favorite podcast platform and enjoy. Have a good month listening to the Foo Fighters and Bad Brains. This is Darren Scott signing off for the Sonic Collective.
Hey, thanks for joining us on the Sonic Collective, where we've explored the music, the history, and the impact of some of the greatest albums of all time. We hope you've enjoyed our discussions and gained new insights and appreciation for the music you and we love. Join us next month for another exciting album, and until then, keep listening to great music.